So recently, I'm sure you've seen quite a lot of videos of people claiming that GTA 6 is going to be woke, which is sort of a weird thing to say about a game that hasn't even been released and won't be for a while. But I wanted to cover it in today's video and discuss sort of why that is kind of stupid, because there's a lot of videos people have made claiming that this game is woke for some reasons that just really don't make sense. And one that I really want to look at first is this image here, and it's posted by Rockstar, and basically it's just supporting the women that work on the games, which of course they all do a great job. Rockstar, despite not having the best company practices when it comes to being kind of greedy and stuff, the actual people that work in the studio do a great job. All their games are really, really great. And this post here sort of seems to be kind of sexist, actually, a little bit, because it's like saying kind of that GTA fans don't appreciate the work that they do, which is not the case at all, at least I would hope for most people. And this picture was taken wildly out of context, as pointed out here by TGG. Basically, this picture was taken from a sort of like, I believe it was like a women's conference or something. Unfortunately, I don't actually have the picture up while I'm recording, so I can't actually see what it actually says, but there was context to it. It wasn't just that. Like, of course, it isn't just women working on the game, which again, I don't see how that would actually be a problem, but I believe it's like 17% of the company overall is women, and then like 80 or something like that percent is male. So if that matters to you for whatever reason, it's still way more men working at Rockstar Games than women. But apparently having women working on your game, or having a lot of women working on your game, is woke in some way. I don't know. I don't get it. But then you take a look at this here, and look, there's a lot of content right now sort of around the game being woke, and there is sort of this rumor going around that the game is going to be more in line with like societal values now, which, look, is that a bad thing? You could say it is. You might not really care. GTA as a series has sort of never really cared about being politically correct. Like, they have jabs at real life politics and stuff in their games. They're not really afraid to go sort of outside of the boundaries of what's sort of considered okay. But apparently there's a chance that GTA 6 is going to be playing it a bit more safe, which, look, personally I don't really mind. I mean, sometimes the stuff that isn't really seen as correct in the games can be kind of funny, but sometimes I'm sure it offends some people maybe. So this game, sort of taking that into consideration could be a good thing for some. Some people might not really care, but I think that's pretty interesting to see. Also, based on this, we can see that the game is apparently facing a big delay. Like, it's been delayed a couple of times from when it's actually supposed to release. I would still be surprised if it releases in 2025. I mean, I hope it does, of course, and I think all of you watching probably hope that as well, but there is a good chance it might not release until 2026 if there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes and they're just not meeting the deadlines that they have to. But all these claims about the game going woke is sort of stupid, because there's very little evidence for this, and the game isn't even out yet, so I don't think we can really say all that much until it's actually confirmed. One thing I also saw was the fact that people are saying that the main character, I know we have two main characters, but Lucia, people are saying that apparently she's transgender, which, look, I don't really understand where that's come from. I'm sure there's some people that have, sort of tried to figure out reasons as to why, and then just posted about it. I really have no idea how someone could come up with that. And look, if that's the case, you could say they're going woke. I really don't see that, but look, some people might consider that as part of this sort of woke agenda that GTA 6 is apparently being a part of, which, again, we really cannot judge anything until it's out. And if you have a problem with that, just don't buy the product. It's, it's pretty simple. And it's just sort of strange, this whole situation, because people are basing their understanding of all of this on posts that are made sort of to enrage people or convince them of something to sort of follow what they believe, which really kind of sucks, because I think we should just wait until the product is out before we make up our own minds, you know. And I think that this whole thing is kind of stupid, but on the positive side of all of this, on this post here from X or Twitter, again, I don't really know how reliable this source is, but you know, they do mention the fact that the game is going to basically, you know, have a proper like online mode, which I think we all sort of expected, but it's good to see that it's very likely that that is the case. Again, don't really know how reliable this source is. They like, everything here could be wrong or it could all be right. I don't know, but they seem somewhat reliable. So I mean, I think we all sort of figured there'd be an online mode, so that's at least some good news. In this same post, it did mention basically that the game's going to be less crude towards people who are transgender, and apparently, in the words of this post, other minorities. So I guess we can sort of assume that the game will be, you know, less offensive really as a whole, like less racist, less... I've never really found there to be that much like, you know, sexism in the game, but like not too much of that either. Like they're probably toning everything down just to make it a bit more accessible and a bit more friendly to just sort of where society is at the moment. I know some people obviously have differing beliefs and stuff like that, but I think it's at least playing it safe to be a bit more inclusive and have the game, you can still have the game, you know, be kind of, you know, against political sort of beliefs, but at the same time you have to keep it, you know, somewhat to the standards of what people come to expect today. But of course it remains to be seen whether or not they will continue how they normally make their games, which is sort of, they just don't really care. Like they'll just make fun of whoever, which for me personally, I find that funny, but some people might not. It might offend some people, which I understand. So we'll just have to wait and see how they follow through with this. This could all just be complete lies. Like, really don't know how trustworthy these sources are. Likely not massively, but we'll just have to wait and see. And again, the game apparently has not really met a lot of deadlines. So the same post says that it is still scheduled for fall 2025, but we will just have to see. Anyways, I just wanted to make this video because I thought that all these posts on, you know, Twitter or YouTube, wherever, people saying that the game's going to be woke is kind of stupid. So I thought that I just wanted to clear that up. Like, this is all sort of dumb. I know I've said this all in this video, but we really just have to wait for the game to come out. And again, if you have issues, you know, with it, if it is actually the case, just don't buy the product. Like, it is pretty simple. But don't fall for all these sort of woke claims and stuff. Just make up your own mind, you know, when the game comes out. I really do appreciate you watching the video, everyone. Let me know what you guys think about this whole situation. I sort of tried to play it sort of in the middle, because that is basically where I am. So I think that it was sort of difficult to cover this. So I hope you guys enjoyed, and let me know your thoughts just overall about the situation. I hope you all have a great day.